Republic of Fiji, Frank Bainimarama, the President of the Republic of Marshall Islands, Her Excellency Hilda Heine, Pacific Island leaders, excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen. Bula Vinaka and a very good morning to all of you. We are delighted to welcome you all to this third annual Climate Action Pacific Partnership event. The conference theme is Decarbonize and Build Resilience Now, the call from the Pacific. I cannot imagine a more critical theme coming at a more critical time. Despite the progress of the global climate negotiations, the world remains on a completely unsustainable path, headed for total climate catastrophe. But history tells us that when we in the Pacific call for action, we do so loudly, we do so repeatedly, and we do so together. History tells us that when we come together in a way that is clear, concise, and coordinated, we can lead movements that have a globally enduring resonance. Our efforts and our leadership today matter more than ever, and this conference is a stepping stone to meaningful climate action across the Pacific and for every nation on Earth. Here in Suva, we will share and reflect on the progress we've achieved at the domestic, regional, and international levels in our own climate plans, and we'll determine how to build upon that momentum as we move ahead. At this forum, we have governments, businesses, and community organizations all gathered in pursuit of that aim. This year's meeting, following Fiji's presidency of COP23, at a moment where we're building global momentum for high ambition in the climate action plans of every nation on Earth. This event provides us with a critical opportunity to prepare not only for the United Nations Secretary General's Special Climate Summit in New York this September, but for COP25 in December, which our Chilean friends have dubbed the Blue COP. In support of that ocean's focus for COP25, senior international climate negotiators met here last week under our Ocean Pathway Partnership to discuss the intimate linkages between our oceans and our changing climate, and to carry forward Pacific leadership to preserve our oceans to COP25 and to the 2020 Oceans Conference and beyond. Our conference program over the next few days, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, has been specially designed to cater for oceans and other related issues. There is also a session dedication to the implementation and enhancement of our nationally determined contributions. And as we've made it clear in the past, we believe that sessions dedicated to enhanced NDCs and oceans preservation ought to both become regular sessions for future events of this nature, including in the climate negotiations. We also have sessions scheduled that cover climate finance, the management of risks, climate security, and achieving a just transition, as well as sessions that focus on sharing action across the Pacific and refining the calls we take to the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, when he arrives in Suva this week and at his summit in New York later this year. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage all of you to participate in an open, transparent, and honest manner over the coming days in the same inclusive Talanoa fashion that we shared with the world during Fiji's COP presidency. A global Talanoa that has grown to a strong Talanoa call for action of proportions few imagined, thanks to the support of the Polish COP president and the continued support by our own Prime Minister. Before I invite Honourable Prime Minister to officially welcome you all, I would like to thank all of the donors that made the Fijian presidency of COP23 such a success. When we undertook this role so shortly after the terrible impacts of Cyclone Winston, we promised the people of Fiji that this would not come at any extra burden on the Fijian taxpayer. Thanks to your support to our donors, we have delivered on that promise. We have continued to transparently report on the performance of the COP23 Presidency Trust Fund set up for that purpose, and we will now use that fund as a platform for further work on climate action and as a model for establishing a relocation trust fund in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, we can discuss all that and more in the coming 2 days. Again, please allow me to welcome you once again to Suva. It is now my privilege to invite the Prime Minister of Fiji, Honourable Frank Bainimarama, to give his opening remarks. Thank you.